All right. Welcome, everybody. Today we have a special guest, the coach on the channel. Today we're going to be diving deep and covering some important topics about the coach. Now, Coach, for people who do not know you, can you do a brief introduction about yourself?
Yeah, so I woke up one day and decided I was a coach. I think I like to think I know a little bit about investing. I've gotten good at covering margin calls and the like. And yeah, we've known each other for a while. Got to go to New York a couple of years ago and actually met in person there. That was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, that New York trip was absolutely amazing. Hopefully we have one next year.
Yeah, it would be great. Well, and a lot of different companies do trips too. So I went on my second one to San Diego with Granite Shares. So that was fun.
Yeah, I think, I wish I got on that one, but I just notified a little bit off from there. But to knock it out the park, we'll start off with the yield max stuff because you're transitioning from yield max to dividends now, right? Or option trading.
Well, technically, yield max claims to be dividends, so it was a dividend track. I still basically get a full-time dividend income coming in, depending on your definition of full-time income. If we subscribe to the whole idea that median income counts as full-time income, then you could say I get a full-time dividend income. But yeah, the bulk of it is now the options wheel strategy, or my version of the wheel. So one thing, you probably know this about me, I'm not like a strictly like textbook follower. I do what works, and I do what works for me. So I get people all the time, they say, oh, well, when you do the wheel, did you follow this delta? Did you follow this strike price? I'm like, no. And they're like, well, what exactly is, what are your parameters? I said, whatever works. They're like, well, and they're like, well, how do you know that? I'm like, I just know, just experience. You're like, wow, it's like different mindsets. Some people want to follow a script. Some people see things and just do. I think we're kind of like that, right?
Yeah, there's a lot when it comes to trading, especially when it's kind of like fine art. Like it has your own way of painting the picture of how to get into a trade and exiting. It's not
and my favorite is like if I have a really big win on a trade and someone tells me, well, that's not purely the wheel. I'm like, okay, great. Well, I won the trade.
Yeah.
So,
it definitely helps out. But like, do you prefer covering options over yield max now?
From a content standpoint, dividends get way more views than options. Dividends, passive income, any video basically that entails like earning money with like no effort gets a ton of views. So that's kind of the, as content creators, we're kind of boxed in by the niche. We have to kind of stick to what works.
Yeah, especially like the things that we love to cover versus what people want to hear.
Right. I mean, I'd love to talk options all day, but it's not going to be much of an audience. I mean, if I keep doing it, I think more people, I am, what I've been doing all year, I've been converting people over to this strategy. So I get people that watch me for the dividend stuff, and then they see what I'm doing with the options, and they want to learn that too.
I like that because the option play, at least you have a lot more control over it. The dividends is pretty much you're buying and hoping that the dividend versus, what was it? The NAV erosion. So you're kind of combating the NAV erosion versus the dividend payout and placing it for your entry.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not my cup of tea, but I understand that it could be very successful. I've seen channels like, was it Wealth Ideas, something like that?
Conventional Wealth Ideas, yeah.
Yeah, Conventional and Adriano's one who do really well with that strategy. So I know it works, just it's not been my playground. But also, I know you just talked about it in your last live stream. How have you been handling this margin call?
Well, you just got to kind of confront it head on. You can't let it scare you. So I ended up having to sell some positions at losses, but I moved money from other accounts. And like we were talking offline, it's frustrating how long it takes for money to move. Supposedly we live in the 21st century, but a lot of times it doesn't feel like it. The ACH process with money, it's just ridiculous. Like I said, I used to work for Chase. We came up with real-time payments. I thought the rest of the industry would follow suit, but we haven't seen it. So like the fact that I can initiate a transfer today, and because Tuesday's a holiday, it's not going to be till Wednesday. I think it's ridiculous.
Yep.
I could literally drive over to the bank, get the cash out, drive the cash over to the other bank faster than what an electronic process can do. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's the 21st century. Give me a break. Just like every hotel I stay at, like the internet. Why is the internet not better? Well, like I was telling you, why was the internet better 12 years ago than it is today? More people on it? I don't know.
Yeah, usually if you connect to the Wi-Fi on like in a hotel, it's like extremely slow. This is not reliable. It's basically you basically run off your cell phone is a whole lot better.
Right, off the hotspot. Yeah.
Well, let's see. Because we covered that on Yield Max. So since you're not covering so much, will you still have the managers on?
Yeah. Nice. I mean, I still technically have I have some Block, I have some Coney, I think I have some Misty, but they're very minor positions. I didn't sell all of it. But there's people that cover YieldMax that aren't even invested in it, so it's not like that's a criteria.
That makes sense.
There's some channels that actually have like fake accounts that don't even have like real investments. They just created like a either a Tasty Trades or like a what do you call it, the Thinkorswim. They're using like the fake screen and just investing that and saying, wow, look, I guess they're saying, look what you could make in dividends.
Versus like kind of like a demo running. But I mean,
right, they're showing a demo account in all their videos, basically.
We have an issue with that on this channel. We expose a lot of people who are running on live accounts, simulated accounts, but it's
you want interesting. More. You want more to add to the list?
Yeah, I think our list is now at 10 pages long, like 12 font, just 12 pages down.
Yeah, and there's so many people on YouTube just trying to chase a paycheck.
Yeah, I mean, they get the model right. All they gotta do is what's it? Trading View, talk about how much money they make, and then after that, it would be if you want to find
and some girls in the back.
Yep. And there's like, if you want to find my secret, just join my private group. Like, I think this will blow your mind. Some charge $20,000 for 2 hours.
Oh my god! Scary is like who would actually pay that. If people are actually paying that, I mean, that's mind-boggling.
I don't know what could be learned in 2 hours, but like it would. I mean, think about it. Like 2 hours, you get 10 minutes of introduction, who you are, bringing up this. Like you're just burning half the time of just like transitioning from screens. Oh my gosh!
You know what's crazy? So like, we both enjoy going into some of these channels and actually talking to them as though we might be a potential customer. Like I've done a couple of those, and what blows my mind, because I've got a pretty good like poker face, but what blows my mind is when they quote their price with a straight face, and when you object to it, and they still have a straight face. I'm like, are they bluffing right now? It's like surreal,
Yeah, like,
and are you freaking kidding me?
And then the scary part would be like no refunds. No, oh my god!
Better put that shit on credit card so you can dispute it.
The other thing is I got, because you're telling me earlier you're transitioning to a little bit of fitness on your channel. How are you going to be like? What's your plan with that?
When I'm at the gym, I'll just here and there put out workout videos, fitness motivation. I wanted to document like some weight loss, some muscle, some improvement in physique, stuff like that. Because we've talked before. I mean, I think both go hand in hand. Finance and fitness, I think they go hand in hand. So, if I was to be, my dream was to be a full-time content creator. To be full-time, you got to be doing videos all the time, lifestyle videos, wherever you are, and the gym would be a big part of that.
I wish more channels would actually show more things when it comes to fitness and just showing off like the challenge. Like me, I don't do that so much. I try to remove my personal life from social media because there are too many weirdos out there.
I've started to experience that myself.
Yeah, especially, I mean, I think the only interaction I did personally is when we went to New York, when we had everyone together hanging out.
Right.
That's like the most close I've ever been, because I try to push myself away intentionally because of we got some people in this audience, especially the people in my Discord that I have to ban. There's like, where are you? Where do you live? I'm like, that's kind of
well, when you're in the business of exposing, grifters and fake traders and all that, you're going to have some of that.
Yeah, the constant craziness. What else we got? Oh, also, we got 1, 2,
I've
3,
also
20.
found too, when you're just on here, you're honest and transparent. People will hate that too.
Yeah, and you can never make them all happy. They're always more upon more upon more. It's kind of tiring a little bit. But I think it's an interesting path, though. This whole career on social media. That's why, for this year. I mean, are you hitting your 2025 goals good, or how's that planning for you?
For the channel or for trading or what?
Oh, for both.
Here's the funny thing. So for my channel right now, I've gained more subs this year than I did last year, but my views are like half what they were last year. So last year I hit almost 500,000 views. This year I think I'm on pace for maybe 300,000. But the sub growth is higher this year than it was last year. But as far as ad revenue is not nearly full time for me. It's about the equivalent of like one trade.
Yeah, for the people who are trying to become full-time YouTubers, it is a very gruesome, difficult process, and the money is not as much as you think it is.
Well, I feel like, I mean, just to kind of give the sobering truth, like the Graham Steffens of the world, they got in early. They were like the first, they had like first mover advantage. Everyone coming in now, there's nothing super, like, I mean, some people may have better editing skills. Some people may have a little bit better personality. You could say better charisma, but there isn't like a super grand, like differentiating factor that makes like, wow, that person is got it. Like they're going to take, like, everybody's on here trying to do the same thing. And there's so many channels, all the time. But as far as trading, I've definitely exceeded my trading goals this year. My goal for this year was to match what I make working, and I've definitely surpassed that.
Nice.
Yeah.
If you can,
even with the margin call, by the way.
Dang. So how far are you going to go with trading and your job? Like what's the ratio? How much you need to make trading to replace your job? Like, is it 1-on-1 or?
Like we were talking about, like living off of like your trading. It's hard to live off like what you make on financial gains. It's such an ebb and flow. This last week, I'm so glad I still have a job. A week before, I would have been like, I don't know why I haven't retired yet. So literally in 2 weeks, total difference. I'm so glad I still have that stable income coming in because I kind of blew up the account this past week. But yeah, at some point now, I won't need to work. I just need to get better at like taking some wins and actually keeping some cash from the trade wins that I take.
Yeah, it was a good learning lesson, especially on this journey.
Yeah.
Also, actually, when it comes to the trading, do you guys do it live or just like a catch up, like recorded video style?
I've done live trades before. I want to do more actually. That would be the dream. That would be the dream, to actually sit there, live trade, and then stream. But with my work, I've got a little bit of a, we have this pre-clearance policy, and I hate it. That's one of the biggest reasons I want out, because I hate having to pre-clear my trades.
Oh, because when you work in the financial sector, they want to.
Yeah,
I see.
I could do what I do outside of the finance industry, which I may end up doing if I decide to keep working.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Interesting to see. Also, oh. Give me a second. The next thing, a big thing, I don't know if you want to jump into politics, but on my channel, you can talk whatever you want. Since we get the government shut down pretty much fixed, I think. I think the Senate has to vote. Like, where do you see the economy? Like, what's your direction in those?
So, yeah, the Senate, I think there was like a group of Democrats that finally caved, and that allowed for the Senate hurdle to clear. There's still another thing that has to happen. I think it has to go back to the House, and then they have to agree, and then the government will reopen. My outlook for the economy hasn't been totally accurate this year because this market this year, I thought, first year after a new administration comes in and all of that, especially an administration for the most part that's pro-business, cut taxes, pro-growth. I thought the market would be consistently doing even better, but it's been an ebb and flow. And, we have a Fed chairman that's been very slow to cut rates. So, and he's like a magician. He'll cut the rate and then he'll still manage to get the market to tank after, which is crazy. So he cut it 25 basis points. And then he goes, well, next month's, there's no like guarantee of a rate cut. It's not a foregone conclusion. Now, after the shutdown and all, I think it should be. But he said it wasn't a foregone conclusion. In my personal opinion, he can't go fast enough.
Yeah, I mean, I hope rates don't get down. It's kind of weird. Like, I want rates to go higher because I love savings accounts. But then you want interest rates to get lower so you can see the market kind of expand a lot faster.
Like with savings and all that, like it doesn't keep up with the rate of inflation. So for me, like I'm all about trying to beat inflation. And yeah, it's just not happening with those, especially and inflation. It's not coming down at all. And I think I've studied economics before. I think the whole idea of raising rates to combat inflation, I think it's a broken model. And you can sit there all day and go by, like we've joked before, the CP lie, right? You can say, like, I've had people argue with me. They say, oh, well, inflation was 9% in 2022, 5% in 23, 5% in 24. Go to the store, look at a block of coffee, look at basics, look at cereal. I could give you a basic basket of goods. It's up like 50% over the last 2 years. So take that CPI number and shove it as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I think a good reflection off that. I remember when gas was like $5, not too long ago, and then it did not compare to the CPI or CPI, and I'm like,
yeah,
something's that's this math ain't mathing.
Well, see, this is what drives me nuts because since Trump came back into office, he's gotten energy prices down. We've got more oil production going on. Crude oil is at a low point right now. Gas is coming down, but prices aren't coming down. And then, like the electric company where I live, they just arbitrarily said, "Oh, we're going to do another price increase." Well, why? Your materials are dropping, your input costs are dropping. Why are you going up? I want, all the causes that you see people protest over. I don't know why people aren't protesting over that. I want investigations into why these costs. I want a detailed explanation. Why are your costs going up when your input prices are dropping? When basically all of everything that's a component of your price is dropping, why does your cost keep going up?
That's interesting. Maybe it's more political than it is when it comes to the markets.
Oh, I think that's BS. I mean, I could quote you. There's certain products like Arizona iced tea since like 1999, it's never gone up like 1 cent. So there's a lot of BS when it comes to inflation, I think.
Yeah, especially if it was measured honestly, and then they actually incorporated like food prices, energy prices, it would be a way better view. But we can't have honesty in the government.
Well, I think inflation, like we've joked about before, inflation is another plandemic. It was definitely a planned, like after COVID, they just decided, all right, we're going to just run the cost of everything up.
Yeah, actually, I wonder if you really look at the cost of like actual items, like take a picture of it, like a cereal box. Here's pre-COVID, here's during COVID, and here's today. You definitely see a dramatic growth.
A perfect example. So my coffee, I drink Cafe Bustelo at Costco. It was $9.59 for 4 of them before COVID. It's $22 now for the same block of 4.
Wow.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And it's coffee. It's like ground coffee. It should be like the cheapest thing.
Interesting. I think I don't know. Like when I go to Costco, the best thing I'm looking for is the chicken.
Oh yeah. Well, they never raised that. There's certain that they agree, like rotisserie chicken. They never have raised that.
That and also hot dogs and pizza.
They've stayed the same too since like 1980 something.
It's one of the cheapest, easiest foods there. But I don't know. I just
The rest of the store is not as price competitive as it used to be, though.
yeah. I think it's actually a good model of actually like how to save money, because I think we're all talking about earning income, which is quite difficult. But saving money, I think, is probably one of the best directions.
Well, because like I make more money now than I ever have, but stuff also costs more than it ever has too.
Yeah.
I feel like my grandparents almost, like, you know how your grandparents are like, well, a Coke used to be 10 cents back in like the 70s. I feel like that now, you know?
Yeah, it's actually weird because like I mean, I'm only 37. We go back when I was a kid, arcade was 25 cents.
Right.
I mean, if they had an arcade around here, it would probably be what, a few dollars one go.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Crazy.
And what is it? My minimum wage was $5.15.
I want to say mine was like $6.50 or so.
Dang.
Yeah.
Balling.
Oh, well, now, you know, my state, they passed the $15 minimum wage.
$15? What?
Yeah. Well, you see it in the service industry a lot. Like there's pretty much like, I'm just going to be controversial. This is a free form live stream, but there's pretty much no work ethic. And, you know, they want like a top notch tip, and then they're getting like a $15 minimum wage too. Not the servers, but other staff, you know. So this all, I think, contributes to what we're talking about.
Yeah, the mandatory tip thing, like, to me, it's so implied. Like, tip is supposed to be like, hey, if you did a good job here. But I don't like when you're doing like takeout and you expect the tip, and I'm like, that doesn't make any sense.
I have a rule: if you're standing, if you hand me something while I'm standing, no tip. Yeah. But also, a tip's not an entitlement either. Like you said, what was that second part? If you do a good job, right?
Yeah, but I think the way things are going, it's pretty much what is that called? Like they have that, and like I saw on Instagram, like it was like 20% automatically added to your bill is the tip.
Well, and then they always say it's the system. Everybody blames like the system has a mind of its own. And then yeah, they have the thing that they like shove in front of you, and it's like your options are like 20, 22, or 25%. I'm like, no, I want other. Where's other? Where's the option for less?
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Like your service sucks. Where's zero? No, I wouldn't tip zero.
Yeah, I think that I don't know, man. Or I'll say American culture as it's progressing is getting a little out of hand, but we'll see how it goes. Hopefully things get better.
Move to Thailand.
That's actually, we talked about that actually on our last interview with Marcus. He's making, say you're making $1,000 a month in trading profits. You can live in a third world country pretty easily.
I've been hearing more and more about it. It's a lot cheaper to live outside the US, apparently.
Cheaper, and I would say the quality of food is so much better. Like you're not talking about all the additives that we have in our foods now.
Right.
It just kind of blows my mind because I've been to Thailand a few times and been even to Vietnam. Like if you go out there, it's hard to spend $1,000 a month. Difficult. Here in like Vegas, find rent at $1,000.
Oh, Vegas, the costs, the last couple times I've been, the costs have exceeded even my home state. It's crazy.
Rent, oh my God. But I think it's a good option. Like if you can make, like even when it comes to YouTube, if you can make $1,000, $2,000 a month on YouTube, you're pretty much free. You like freed yourself from the States.
Yeah, I mean, if you can live on that in another country. That would make, I mean, if you're talking $1,000 a month, at $12,000 a year, that would make life so easy.
Oh my, yeah, because I checked on my international thing I'm looking at. Like some countries, they only take home $300, $400 monthly. Like the Philippines, like you can pretty much live off of YouTube trading and stuff like that, and pretty much free yourself. But I think that's not part of the American dream. American dream is to stay here and deal with the prices.
Seems like it. Doesn't sound like much of a dream, though.
We shall. Man, I hope things get cheaper across the board. Yeah, especially with one is also awesome. Ooh, actually, another direction on this next year in voting. Do you think that the Republicans will keep the majority, or it's going to be 50-50?
Oh, interesting, you asked that because I've noticed in the last probably 15 or 20 years an acceleration in how frequently we change things. So I want
Mm.
to say like since '06, something has changed every election cycle, whether it's like the House, the presidency, the Senate. If you think about it, like every election cycle, something changes. So, and especially like a lot of people voted for everything we have now because they want inflation under control. Biden couldn't do it. They gave Trump a second chance. So far, stuff's not coming down. I'm not saying he's not trying, but stuff's
Mm.
not coming down. So the voting public's getting more and more impatient, I think. So yeah, I could totally see, and that usually happens, right? President's first term, or well, it's his second term technically, but I could totally see the opposite party taking over the House. Whether or not they have any good ideas, I don't really think they do. But
Mm.
I'm just going by how the political the 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 laws of political physics work.
But what is it? Basically, insider trade, the front load insider trade as much as possible, and blame whatever you're doing on the other party, and vice
Oh, well,
versa.
I mean, I'm running. I'm definitely running because I'm going to get all the inside info. I'm going to get into Congress, and I'm going to beat Pelosi's trading record. That's my goal.
Beat Pelosi. I bet it's crazy. Like every interview I've seen with her, when they ask her about her father's trading, I'm sorry, her husband's trading, it's like,
Mhm.
and interview finished.
Right, right.
How's Oh my gosh! But I think I showed that on one of our previous videos. We talked about the government tracker. It's
Mhm.
called. Give me a second.
Oh, tracking their trades.
Yeah, I have it on here as.
They have apps for it now too.
Yeah, it's gonna get more. I think it's one of the most interesting parts of American government. Like, you ask the typical American, like, "Hey, do you think politicians should be able to trade stocks and invest into the markets?" They'd be like, "Well, maybe.
Mm.
Maybe they should, publicize it a lot earlier." But usually, we're like 30 days, 60 days behind them.
Well, I mean, it happens on both sides too, because like our former governor, he's one of our senators now, and his net worth since he got there, he's worth like hundreds of millions of dollars now. And you look at the salary they get, and then the fact that they're worth hundreds of millions, something's obviously going on, and they're making a ton of it trading. When you have perfect information, you're not going to lose trading.
Yeah, especially. Remember, was it 2 years ago, the Chips Act?
Oh yeah, Nvidia.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
that was awesome.
I knew Nvidia. I should have got more at the time. I knew it was going to be great.
Pelosi is always like, "Yep, that was so easy."
Right. Yeah.
Oh man. But for the audience, I'm just not trying to be left or right, just making it funny when it comes to politics.
Hmm.
I said it goes hand in hand when it comes to trading. Like, it's kind of interesting. Like, you have trading, markets, economy, politics, fitness, all like pretty much. You need to be pretty good in all these areas just to be successful.
Hmm. Well, it's funny because like I thought at first a lot of like what was driving the cost increases was like, the green economy and all of that. And I think some of that was like a failed experiment, but it's been a lot more persistent than just that because, since we've gotten away from some of that, it's still not bringing things down.
Here, it's actually interesting though. When it comes to this tariff, have you heard about that $2,000 dividend they're planning to give out if
Yeah,
this works out?
I'm not banking on that. And honestly, it gives me reminders of the COVID stimulus checks. And honestly, I wish they would have just kept that money and
Hmm.
have costs lower now. Or the best stimulus, in my mind, this will never happen, but like no tax for a year.
No tax.
That would be the best stimulus. Like no tax at all, like no federal tax, no sales tax, no property tax for an entire year. That would be the best stimulus.
You're talking that would be like setting people free. Like,
Yeah.
property tax alone is such an annoyance. Like, I tell you guys, like, if you come to property, God, it's such a pain in the ass paying them. Like,
Mm.
if I was not a retired veteran, but I see how annoying can it be.
Yeah, we just got ours over here, and there's some stupid thing that I guess got voted in. I guess it's for the schools or something, and like it's more money for some bullshit. and so everybody's taxes are like $200 or $300 higher because of that. It's some program they always claim it goes to something. They did this for like roads one year, and then it was found to like be illegal, and then they repealed it. Though they raised the sales tax, that's what it was. This time they got it on the property tax. But our governor DeSantis, he actually wants to he wants to put an amendment to get rid of property tax. Apparently,
I think it's rid of property taxes. It'd be interesting to get rid of like one of the things I hate is HOA. Like,
oh
I
god.
know.
Yeah. I've lived in two. I'll probably, my goal is to find a neighborhood that like doesn't have an HOA and people just take care of their own shit. That'd be cool.
It'd be a helpful combo. No tax.
I've even been on boards, you know, where I've lived. HOAs are a giant waste. Just a giant waste of time. Every time, like if they pay, like if you're paying HOA dues, you know, say it goes to like your lawns or like your community pool or whatever, whoever gets hired, whoever you have managing, it's a giant waste. The vendors have to be micromanaged all the time. You'll end up firing all of them. Like where I live, like every lawn crew we fired, like no one seems to be able to master like the basics of it. Like I could hire my nephew to do better than they do, you know. Oh, and then one of our crews that people got deported, I guess.
Ooh.
And they were actually good workers. So then the new people they hired, I guess they couldn't do the basics. So we had to fire that crew. Yeah, HOAs are a giant waste of time.
That'd be interesting if you can get your house unlisted from that HOA, but they pretty much get the, like once your house or your region is under the HOA, it's pretty much stuck there forever.
Well, I can tell you, like county governments and city governments, they may not admit to it, but they don't mind HOAs because the HOAs end up taking on stuff that they would normally do. Like if you have certain infrastructure in your neighborhood that the HOA has to manage, normally that would be covered by your property taxes. Ironically, you'll still pay the same amount or higher in property tax. Then you'll pay an HOA on top of it. And then you're paying for stuff that would be covered in your property tax. So it's like you're double paying. So yeah, builders love that. The county governments love that. Yeah, they're definitely, the less they can do, the happier they are.
Especially with all that extra money, which is, it's interesting how they're going to be managing all that money with, well, I mean, the government shutdown is pretty much over. So yeah, hopefully we'll have all those extra funds coming back.
Yeah.
Give me a second.
It's one of my favorite things because it's like, you know, we always vote to raise the debt ceiling so we can pay our bills because that totally makes sense, right? Hey, we can't pay our bills. Give us more money, you know?
Actually, how much are they going to be increasing it? Let me see.
I was just looking at the debt clock earlier. It's over 38 trillion.
Let me see. Debt clock by...
Because someone was asking me about the numbers for Doge. And, you know, they were asking about like the Doge dividend check, kind of what you were talking about. But the Doge numbers were kind of unreliable, I think. So
I got it up right now. We're looking at $38.18 trillion in U.S. national debt.
That's crazy.
Not including the liabilities, like long-term ones that are off the book liabilities.
Yeah.
Interesting that Doge has saved $214 billion. Their goal is to hit $705 billion.
Mm-hmm.
That's so much.
You can see like total debt too when you look at, like you were saying, all the unfunded stuff. There's so much debt in the system here, like just between consumer debt, credit card debt, like everything. There, like the whole system is debt.
Oh my god. I know when it comes to like the conspiracy theory, I know that to me it's done intentionally. Like once you start creating debt, and it never stops. Actually, how do I share my screen real quick?
I read that. So there's this book called The Bitcoin Standard that I read, and they talk a lot about that.
Bitcoin. Oh man, I mean, I like Bitcoin a lot, but it just, to me, like I want the government. I want the world to use crypto, but I don't want the government to use crypto at the same time because I know they're just going to use it against us.
Mm-hmm. True.
But if you guys see the chart, you'll see The U.S. national debt, 38 trillion, or basically, yeah, $38 trillion. Doge has saved $214 billion. Their goal is 700 billion. That's crazy.
Right.
Oh my God. But the one thing I've been talking about, I wish people would buy into, but they're going to look at crypto anyways. Precious metals have been skyrocketing.
They have been. Yeah, that's another thing you were right about.
Oh man. Like I tell people, silver under $10. Because we're sitting good now. Let's see.
Right.
Actually, I think we have that on here. Sells gold and silver demand on here.
Yeah, gold really started skyrocketing this year.
Yeah, I think the ultimate. I think the price of gold will hit 10,000 and silver about a 200, maybe 200. We will see. That's my expectation of those prices. But I just tell people like that. There's a trade-off. If precious metals typically go up in price, there's a lot of chaos in your economy and in government.
Yep.
Because it's like if Bitcoin skyrockets to 2,000, 200,000, 2 million, whatever the price would be, sure, the economy can be good. But if precious metals goes up, typically something is bad, like really, really bad happening.
Yeah, 3 years ago, silver was what, under $20?
Yeah. Holy crap. Imported oil. I wish it'd be interesting, like if Congress or like the Senate were just talking and they had this image in the background, just letting it run.
Right.
Oh my gosh. Debt per
they need to cut all their salaries and stuff and all their like benefits and stuff for starters.
Yeah, I think if we, oh my God. I know it's not possible. It's a very low probability that we pay this off. But I think if we just managed and not stop spending money on stupid stuff like international sending money to help out other people. I know there's some good into it, but you got to take care of your own home before you take care of others.
100%. Yeah. Well, like the whole Ukraine thing. Well, they got NATO paying more of that now.
I mean, 1.7 trillion on Medicare, Medicaid, 1.6 trillion on Social Security, and almost $1 trillion on defense. Can any of this be cut? Interest on the
yeah, you'd have to at some point cut defense, I think.
Look at that. The interest on the debt is greater than the
you'd have to
defense budget.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy.
Holy. Actually, the total debt, if you include everything, including interest, 105 trillion. Credit card debt is 1.2, basically 1.3 trillion. Damn.
It's insane.
There's no way to pay this off. I mean, the only way for to pay it off, I mean, you would have to have prices go parabolic.
Prices?
We got Emperor Palatine. Oh, actually, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream.
Yeah.
We never had debt this. Actually, where's my mouse? I got too many computers in front of me. We never had this high debt situation with the way we ran the empire.
Yeah.
But I mean, debt controls people, which forces them to live or be attached to the government. And that to me is one of the intentions of making this process, the system we have today.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Especially like if we look at homes, what I like about homes, like if you look at like the history of like which generation was using loans, like today we get a 30-year loan, but initially in the early 1900s, that they were buying homes in what? Cash, 10-year, 5-year loans. So you're talking about what?
It was only like 50,000 too. It wasn't like 600,000 or 700,000 like today, or $1 million.
$1 million.
Oh, what's this? Home pricing. I've never looked at this scale. You know, another thing, Trump was talking about doing a 50-year mortgage.
A 50-year mortgage? Just like what? You're going to buy 2.5 houses in interest?
Well, I mean, because a 30-year, I mean, it's like you're paying the interest that you could own like 2 houses.
Dang.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, a 50-year loan at what? 0.1% interest, maybe? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It would have to be ridiculously small interest.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's like a 5% interest rate on a 50-year loan, you'll pay it off, but you'll have nothing at the end of it.
Right. Where's this housing index?
The housing index is at the bottom. If you go through, let me see, home sales, sources, auto sales, energy output, metals.
Okay. There it is. Yeah, I've never looked at that. Median sale price. Wow, even in 2010.
Look at this. Production change since 2000. We're up 20%. Germany's up. Precious metals and reserves. I don't know about this question about reserves, because we never seen actual reserve in our what was it, Fort Knox. Have they ever showed that off?
No, they haven't. Well, this is crazy. So the median home price is higher than mine. That's crazy.
Let me see. Let's go back to homes. Median home sales. Oh my gosh.
Mine has come down a little bit.
So new median home sales versus 2024. I mean, that's pretty interesting. So the median home sale the median home price was 220,000 back in 2010, but today 422,000. Sounds. New housing starts annual rate. What is this right here?
Housing starts, like, I think that's a key measurement of the health of the housing market.
What the hell? Like, it's so that from this number to this number, it's double.
Starts has been falling since, and that column's been falling since 2021. I wish they had like a median average income, like to like compare, like what's the average income across this. This seems to be an accurate indicator where I think the economy is, because I think things have been declining since 2021 with inflation and everything. The high costs are, really cutting things. So I think these two columns here, this is a good like measure of the economy.
Ooh. Oh my God. How's this? So it would have to, if you have to put it in like interest rates, I'm sorry, in percentages, we're over 100% for a lot of these.
Mm-hmm.
Some even more than 100%, nearly 200%.
Mm-hmm.
Dang. The average American is probably feeling some pain.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's interesting, like the dollar perspective is it's getting harder, but if the dollar is seen overseas, it's getting cheaper.
Right. Well, and a cheaper dollar means what? More imports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why that whole debate when it comes to like not debate when it comes to tariffs, like it hurts us and helps us at the same time. Like,
well, there's a fundamental economic principle that to be the reserve currency of the world, you have to import stuff. So the protectionist policies, you can only go so far.
Yeah, until we start making things.
The name of that principle. I'll try to look that up.
Let's see. Mortgage calculator.
Google AI. It's phenomenal. It comes up with stuff so fast.
Oh yeah. I like that more than a Chat GPT, because you have to go through their actual terminal, and they have this up on Google. Let me see. Energy output.
It's called the Triffin principle.
Triffin principle.
Yeah. Triffin dilemma.
By 2025.
You know what's cool? I even can do a quick amortization calculator, amortization schedule in Google AI. Oh, what is this? Energy consumption. Oh, of course, China,
the States. I mean, I just look at this, like when it comes to population. Mm-hmm. So America, to say 370 million people, right? Mm-hmm. China, billions. India, billions. But then, like, when it comes down to like Russia, there's a massive difference in population, because Japan's like similar to California plus some, mm-hmm. But look at this. It's such a big difference. Like Russia doesn't have a very massive population, but they're using as much energy as India.
Wow.
Interesting. I wonder if it's interesting, like to measure gas prices, but this is stuff that I like to talk about, or I know the audience is not a fan of
Right.
the economic portion, but
It doesn't bring in the views for sure.
oh man, give me a second. Oh, man, I actually like going with this. If you guys have not been checking out the gold and silver prices, let me show you guys trading view real quick. Control.
I was just looking at silver. It was under 20 3 years ago.
Trading view. Give me a second. I mean, I think it's one of the. I still think it's cheap. We're gonna do.
Well, you were saying you thought the metals were gonna like 4x or 5x, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We can use XAG. Oh, I
need to actually buy some because the next time we have this conversation, last time we talked about this, it's gone up significantly. Wow, look at that chart.
So let me get off the daily, hit the monthly.
Even some of these ETF companies like Curve Funds, they're launching. They have like a gold fund now.
Here's me. I think I started making videos all down here,
mm-hmm.
and now we're up here being all record highs. And I say, and remember, guys, it's just me. I'm not telling you to do with your own money if you want to do what you want. But for me, I think it's going to about, we go a little bit higher. Go a little bit higher. All right, here we go. Like up here. Should be around there. Now, it's not going to happen tomorrow, but I think it's going to happen within our lifetime pretty easily.
Mm-hmm.
And gold will be at 10K.
Oh, how soon do you think?
You know what? I don't know. I just think that the dollar can't survive forever.
I agree.
The dollar has to be basically. Oh, actually, let me bring that up for the people who don't know what I'm talking about.
We're on borrowed time being the reserve currency. This is the Bretton Woods Agreement after World War II. That's not going to last much longer.
Purchasing. If I show you guys this chart, don't get mad at me. This is not because of me. It's because of our individuals we put in government.
You don't shoot the messenger, right?
Yeah, it's actually pretty scary. Like it is absolutely what pisses me off about half these things.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking at the Fed right now. Oh, actually, you guys can't see it right now. Give me a second. Oh, here we go. That's the King Ding dollar.
Oh, since 1913.
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty much lost like all of its value, right?
As it goes down less and less, the moves for precious metals, and maybe if you add crypto, but I'll say the moves for precious metals is going to be substantially higher.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is when they were confiscating. I'm sorry, confiscations over here. And then this is when they are making it.
The 30s, confiscating gold. That was crazy.
Yeah, it's too valuable for people to hold, so the government needs to hold it. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, trust the government.
But if you guys compare this to the economy, I think that, people say the economy is getting better. I hear that on the news from time to time. Some say it's getting worse, but I would just say it is always going to become harder and harder. And you got to find skills and ways to make income outside of a job. I mean, maybe your job can pay 6 or 7 figures. You got one of those good jobs, but I would say the jobs that are happening out today are less and less. What is it?
Well, what is it? The thing is, like, you may make a lot of money. Like I said, I make more money now than I ever have, but stuff is so expensive. I also spend more money. I spend more money now than what I made 5 years ago. It's crazy.
Well, on the same stuff, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So like my salary 5 years ago that I thought was decent, that's what I spend now on everything. Crazy. And
save and like for me, guys, I try to become a big saver. It is hard to save during this.
100%. Yeah, to have real savings. That's why I keep saying to have real savings, you have to outpace inflation.
Outpace inflation. I think if we looked at the inflation rates, it would probably say like, 5%, 7%, 8%. This is like,
if it was real, it's probably like 8 or 9% per year. at this
Ooh,
point. And I used to, if you go back to my old videos before all this started, because 2021 things were still relatively normal, I feel like, compared to now. Like you saw that last housing start we looked at. It's basically showing how since 2021 things have been on a downward trajectory. I agree with that. I think that things have been on a downward trajectory since 2021.
let me
But
actually bring this up real quick
but
before all the.
I've talked about even when inflation averaged 4% a year, I said it's always, even with that constant
Yeah.
compounding of it, it's going to keep on. I know that was, oh God,
we,
that was our first live stream, right?
yeah, actually, it's interesting. We talked about very similar things, and
Right.
even like 3 years ago, like I was talking about diesel going out. Like we were running out of supplies back then.
Yeah.
Oh my!
Oh, when diesel shot up to like $6 or so per gallon.
And DeSantis was wrecking Dr. Fauci. Gosh, I love man. He's one of the best governors.
He disappeared, right?
Yeah, completely just ghosted after. Well, he got a. I know he got a him. CDC. A lot of the people in the CDC got pardons. I wonder why.
Oh, but the auto pen. Yeah.
Sold out. We'll see how it goes.
A lot of the people that were going after Trump with all those like felonies and stuff, they disappeared too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the clap back from that, like so that's like some things about Trump I find really weird, but I like his style when it comes to getting back at people.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh man. Let me see. But so far we are not economically, guys. You gotta find some ways to outpace inflation. I think precious metals is one way, but I was talking to Dad about this. The one thing about precious metals that's bad, you're holding on to an asset and you might not cash out for years. So even if inflation is building, your portfolio is actually increasing, but it's paper wealth. You're not actually, you can't spend it today. And if you do spend it, now it's gone. You need something that cash flows. It would be pretty hard to find something that cash flows this well over the years.
True.
Let me see. Ooh, maybe there is ones. They're called mining companies. There's some like LD.
Oh, I've heard of that one.
GDX.
Yep.
GDX. Here we go. Look at that sexy. I've been in this for so long.
Oh yeah. Wow, the last like fifth of the chart there is like straight up.
Yeah. Oh man. So for guys who did not know, and this kitchen's part of this interview, this is stuff that I prefer to talk about, but I think everyone wants to hear about how to turn $100 into $1 million in a year versus long-term stuff. Like I was talking about this investment on YouTube, like 2015, 2017. Wait. No, right here.
YouTube how long?
Yeah, 7 years, 8 years. Look.
Wow.
Go back. Now I feel like an old person.
I thought you started in like
8 years ago, 7 years ago.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you wore the tie and you dressed up for the channel.
I talked about trading, economics, and everything. Like I literally did as much as I can.
Yeah.
But that was a different part of YouTube. This actually sells better.
Right. Well, what's weird is that you mentioned like turn 100 into $1 million. So like I can't do that, but like I know how to make a lot of money with options, but that won't get the views of like the ulti dividend. Like I joke about the 10-cent ulti dividend. For some reason, these people are more worried about their 10-cent ulti dividend than making 6 figures trading options.
I don't know. Maybe they want it. It seemed like they want it easy. Like dividends can definitely help out.
The best SEOing title is how to make massive amounts of income with zero effort. That's like the best SEOing concept. Like sit on the couch, sleep in bed, earn passive income on dividends.
Oh, the dividends, right?
Dividends.
Awesome. Actually, about the economy stuff. Give me a second. we actually were talking about this earlier. What was that? I don't know. It was called micro strategies, right?
MSTR, yeah. Do a chart on that, and then we'll look up SMCI.
God dang!
Oh, that's
Look
an
at that.
ugly. Oh, that's an M chart.
Woo!
I know enough technicals to know what an M chart is.
If you kind of look at it, it's like, where do you think the manipulation happens? So back here, this is like the
well, it was around. What's funny because it's like a Bitcoin invested company now, but back in the 90s, it was part of the .com boom and bust. It was one of those.
How did it do in 2008? See,
they just stayed flat, I think, but they've been around the whole time.
Let me see, 2007. Okay, so they did went down a little bit. So from $12 to $2. Dang.
Ooh, that's a rough one. Look at it now, though. Look at it now.
Let's see.
So, do you see any kind of, because they're doing some weird stuff. So they beat earnings. Look at that crazy. Look how it dropped and it completely came back.
Where's the injection of the Fed?
God, we're down to below 240. This is crazy.
Oh my gosh. I think that like
Bitcoin, see what gets me too, they beat earnings. See the last 2 quarters they beat earnings, but it just keeps tanking because they're diluting shares. If you look at it, there's a bunch of things they're doing. They're diluting shares and they're heavily reliant on Bitcoin.
And then I mean, in my opinion, I mean, we talked about this on the other group talk that for me, I think Bitcoin's heading down to 83 to 70,000, that range coming up very soon. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually been, in my opinion, I think it's time to start shorting. I'm actually shorting Bitcoin right now.
Really? Your prediction on this stock is no recovery?
I mean, there's a small possibility it bounces and respects this level. Let's go back to the weekly. A small possibility, but the problem is when you start looking at all these down candles, there's no wicks. It's just typically closing, and it is slowing down a little bit. But
what happens if you look at this chart in a week and all of a sudden there's like a massive green candle? Is that manipulation or what?
Kind of like this.
Yeah. Like all of a sudden there's like a massive green candle out of
nowhere. You see a red one and then a big candle up and then push down.
Right.
Well, these can be just normal people trying to exit their buy positions, like kind of like scalping, but the overall trend is much lower. I mean, if the trend is your friend and you're looking at buying at the support, I would agree that many people will buy at this support, but that doesn't indicate a reversal. It just indicates that people might be getting trapped. They're the entry liquidity for their exit, or they're going to be basically getting set up. But for me, this is a no-go. You can't. So, for example, if you buy here, what evidence do you have that indicates a true reversal? Well, there's not enough. There's not enough information. We know that this shorts.
You'd have to really believe in the company.
Yeah, I mean, let's see if inside information. For me, you should have been shorting. If you short stocks, or you should have exited your buy position earlier. But the shorting of the stock happened at this hammer candle right here, filled in that gap. This indicated so much bearishness, especially this candle here.
Mm-hmm.
So a long is impossible. I could not put a long in, even if they wanted me to, because there's no indication of a reversal. You would have to have a break in structure, beat this high, come back down for a pullback, just go higher.
Look up SMCI.
SMP.
C.
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
CI. Damn. Oh my god.
It's not a one.
It's a triple high and slap down.
So with the big candle there at the end, and then there's a little red candle next to it. So what do you see? Oh, my
god.
Explain.
No way.
Tell me.
So we got this broken right here. This is kind of like if you look, you guys follow patterns. You have your A, B, C, D, E, F, and blah blah blah, and then bounces down to break down
below the upward. So what was happening, the lows, the prior lows were getting higher, right?
Yeah, but
And then this broke down through it. So explain that to the audience.
So if you put it in perspective of trading, guys, which most people are probably trading when you look at this, they see that this area is being respected, meaning that it will hit this zone. They will place massive amounts of shorts. And how do you know they're placing shorts? Look at the next candle that's following. The buildup.
Why do they do that though?
It's easy because you know the majority of people are trying to buy. So they're buying right here. So it was actually here. It was play like a movie. Okay.
Yeah.
So we see that people are buying. We have a previous high. And within this high, people are selling off their profits, pushing it down. Or a combination of people selling up their trades, selling off their shares, and they're shorting at the same time. And people are shorting their trades because you're going down from 60 down to 40 and some change. They see this process happening again, and then boom. Now it starts slowing down off the support. And
so I've noticed it doesn't typically drop below 40 and then it comes right back. So then go out again here, because what concerns me is so this upward trend here. So basically each low was getting higher, but we just breached that. So explain this.
So with this happening here, this sell off pressure, it did meet the high for one candle here, this high right here. But it's also showing that the individuals who are knowing where the orders are, they know that the majority of people are buying and closing their trades and shorting this or exiting their buy positions. Since we closed past this barrier right here, or this diagonal support, the problem is if this candle does not bounce back up, most likely we're going to head back to this low here.
Wow. And what price is that?
This will be a zone. I mean, this is an easy zone. So 27 to 32. If
it's not good,
the probability of this candle being a small little candle like this, I would say is very, very, it's not that possible. Because if you see like this length, the length of this is at 52 to 39.
Very similar to the one here.
Yeah. So you have $13.
We've had three of them. We had three of them this year. We had one in March. We had one in August. And then we had one just now. So see the length of them are very similar.
Yeah. Most likely, if it ends up like this or this, the next candle will be red. This one's going to end up red. If it reverses, then we can adjust this. But most likely, it's going to catch down and catch these lows down here. And we're going to have to build support up again. Actually, let's do an arrow right here. Maybe. So
this is what's driving my margin call. This one. Yeah.
My soul, man. Let me see. Possibly up, but most likely small.
Oh, if it hits that, yeah.
Yeah, because you get a lot of orders sitting right here. There's a lot of people who, because these are weeks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks of building right here. Ugh. I mean, I can see it going back up, but
with a good product, and it's going to come back at some point. I'm convinced.
Well, let's see the lifetime of this company. Let's go to the monthly.
Well, you know, early on, they like last year they were manipulating stuff, and so they had that whole thing.
What happened here?
Oh, the breakout. Well, then they split too. Look at the massive green candle from last year. Or there was like two. How does that happen? See, you have like two like massive green candles.
I think if we did something funny, we go to that politician thing. It'd be like Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah. Right. She's a market mover. But how do you explain? So like, would you have predicted that when you have like a slight green candle here, all of a sudden next to it, you have a massive one? Who's to say we don't have a massive green candle here?
So I think if we have to go back in the past and to see what happened here to here, we're going to be looking at news, policies, governments, like what is actually happening. Because this, I mean, maybe they came out with a new product or service that's so amazing that just flipped them on a dime.
Right.
But it's interesting because if you look at the chart, we zoom out. before this big green mark, this one from sub $5 slowly higher up. What was happening between then? So we're talking about, oh, this is COVID.
Right. Well, it gained no traction. See, stocks, you'll notice like once they gain traction, then they start to like shoot up.
Yeah, I mean, like I think at that $5 level, once it hit 5, it took off.
Now, how in the hell? Look at the earnings estimate. So they've missed the last 4 quarters, but the earning estimate next month is higher than what they already missed the last month. How in the hell does that happen? They should have revised it downward.
Ugh.
They should have revised it down.
Let me see. How do I go back to the charts?
That's gonna be hard. When's the last time they actually beat? Well, wait.
Quarter 1, 2025.
Barely. And then see, look at this one. They just missed. See, look at that. They just missed by like 2 cents. That's what I'm talking about. They just missed it by 2 cents. And look at all the sell-off that happened because of that. It's insane.
Dang.
It's insane. It's literally upending people's lives because of 2 freaking cents. You see?
But if we look at it on the monthly, it definitely does not seem safe for the next candle.
Yeah.
Especially, what I don't like is no wicks. If there's no wicks on here, it's really showing you that they are really hardcore selling.
Okay, so question. Oh, I see in the red over here before we had the 2 massive green, there were wicks.
Yeah. Wicks, I mean, like stuff like this indicates a lot of buying pressure, selling off. But if there's nothing here, you're showing you people are just selling.
I wonder why.
I think if you go into like the Reddits or like look at the forums, we might have some like different view on it. But to me, I would bet. If I was a betting person on this stock, I would. And I'm not looking at the financials, guys. I look at technicals. To me, I would put a buy limit right here on a demo account. Once it engages the demo account, see how that does. See if it goes down lower. If it enters another trade, if it enters a bullish candle here at this area like this, then I'll enter another buy limit or buy stop, capture this zone as much as possible. And if or when I see a pullback being created, I'll enter in the live account. That's how I would do it. So I can mitigate losses because there's a possibility that my buy limit gets engaged here. It bounces up a little bit and then heads south lower. Goes to the $20.
Yeah. Oh, shit. That wouldn't $20.
I mean, it's a possibility that it keeps going because right here, this is just a guess. I'm just stating like based on this candle's energy, it looks like it's heading down here. If this is true, that would mean the trend has been broken. This line here has been broken. If it has been broken, it can go down lower.
Oh, don't tell me that.
Like this would be a sweet buy right here. $20.
Thought it was a good buy now.
Oh no, I would have never bought here. There's no way. I mean, it's possible if you look at it on like the daily, maybe. Like you got like a small doji candle sitting right here, but these gaps right here indicate the selling off pressure. Like this right here, I don't like to see stuff like this over here because it fills and then drops. Oh my god! To me, it's going to happen again, most likely. I mean, I can be wrong.
Yeah,
but I don't. I usually am not. Usually I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, one other stock that we were talking about earlier, if you don't mind, is High Tide.
We talked about that one and then NVIDIA. I'm gonna have to hop off soon because we're about an hour in. Yeah. What's that?
Look at this 2025 zone. Look at this.
Yeah.
How right I was. Look, it hits the zone and it never leaves.
Oh, and then just before it dropped back, then it started bouncing back.
Yeah. Look at this.
Did you ever buy this?
No, I don't. This is not my stock.
Right.
But we made analysis back on 07-13 golden zone. If it hits this buy down here. Oh my god. It's not like living out my notes.
Yeah. You should do one for NVIDIA too, if you have that.
Let me see. NVIDIA.
We're right about
it. NVD. Oh, I'm in the wrong broker. NASDAQ. No. Actually, what is NVIDIA? See, this you can tell I don't trade these things.
NVDA. Just ask me. NVDA.
NVDA.
DA.
Oh, here we go.
Yep.
Oh man.
He bounced earlier. Yeah. See how it's been up?
Look at this craziness up here.
Yeah.
This gap down, and now we're here today. $200. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's doing well.
I couldn't buy this. Is this too high?
Yeah. But anyway, all right, I'm gonna have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you for rocking with us. This was actually a lot of fun. We did pretty much the same thing we did last time, right?
Yeah, I think so. We'll have to do it again.
Yeah, give me a second, but yeah. Please check out his social media for THB. I'll put them in the links below. Check out his channel, subscribe, and like the video, guys. And I'll see you. Peace.
All right. See ya. Bye.
Give me a second.